Oh, that's a cool opening. Hello and welcome to Demo Play Thursday. As you can see, it's Unicorn Overlord, and we're playing the PS4 version of this game. And boy, that's that a cool opening. It's nice, it acknowledges it's a demo, and at the bottom, PlayStation Store. So we've got a place to buy it as well if we like it. Oops. Okay, circle. So, let's have a look at the options on the system. What do we get? Fast forward. Auto dialogue, okay, yep. We'll keep it in English, I think, for today. Sound effects back a little bit. Run only when the run button's pressed, off. Get a nice little description at the bottom there. We'll leave it as is then. Okay. Whoops. New game. So the point of Demo Play Thursday isn't to necessarily finish the demo. It's to play about an hour. So if the demo finishes before that, that's fine. If it doesn't, we'll still keep it to about an hour. I was really curious about this one. A game that looks like Final Fantasy Tactics, but by SEGA and Atlas and Vanillaware. Really caught my attention, and the opening was really cool, and this music, epic, almost like cinematic or TV about it.
I beg you, my queen, take leave of this place while you're still able.
To where, I might ask? Nigh every last of Cornia's lords has forsaken us in favor of the traitor Valmore. No refuge remains for a crowned fugitive. Yet the general seeks my death and mine alone. I shall not flee from that fate. Though you still can, a sole rider with Elaine at your side. Take him, Joseph. Raise that delicate seedling into a sturdy tree capable of weathering the harsh climes that await.
Why is nothing happening?
And pray safeguard the ring of the unicorn as well. Hold it close to you until Elaine is a man grown. He will have need of the power it bears.
My queen,
Mother? Are they coming for us?
Heed well these words, Elaine. I say this not as your mother, but as your queen. From here forth, you're to treat Joseph's command as though it were spoken directly with my tongue. Do you understand?
Of course, but is there something amiss?
My faith and more lies with you, Joseph. I only pray it is enough. Farewell, and may the heavens guide you.
It's a powerful opening, especially with the lighting effects.
Why are you just standing there, Joseph? Aren't you going to help her?
would that I were able, my prince. Come, we've not a minute to spare.
Surprising amount of animation. Like even with the body turning, that would have had to have been drawn. That's an interesting perspective. I kind of like that. It's really effective. Yes, you get the feeling of the town, and because it's small, not because it is small, but because of style and choice, we get to see the characters. There's even like a blur effect in the bottom and the top corners. I'm not a huge fan of games using just text on screen as a tutorial.
We've no time to falter.
Where do we move? Sure. I can only select his then. Okay.
Make haste.
His music's really nice.
Take arms and face me.
Hit battle. No tutorial.
On your guard.
I trust
Oh, some nice visual flares here, that's for sure.
I shall protect you.
So I'm not actually doing anything here. I wonder if this is a scripted thing, so I just sit back and watch.
My magic is yours. I must fight on.
Like, we're having to get to our target, so the game's just gonna take control until we get there. This music feels like a level up on epic scale and intensity than the action on screen.
You'll have no mercy from me.
All I'm doing is selecting battle,
I
it's
have you.
doing it for us.
You'll see no harm. I trust you. I am your shield. You'll see no harm. We shall see our duty through. Does this suit you? Enjoy this.
How's this?
It does make the combat look like there's a lot of actual teamwork amongst our team, essentially, you know.
Raise your shield.
Go.
Yeah, we're boosting each other's work, we're
Cornea shall never
borrowing
kill.
power, defending each other. It feels like a real team effort. Oh, look at that. Really over the top, but also kind of cool to look at.
Seize her.
Enlighten me, Valmor. To what end do you seek to usurp my throne?
Self-centered fool. It's not merely your throne I aspire towards. It's all of them. Zenoira are the rightful sovereigns of Fevrith, and I, the blade to restore our world to its natural order.
You seek to plunge the continent into war. Fevrith need not suffer your delusions.
A proper ruler demands unity, not pointless politicking with insufferable neighbors. Now, I shall achieve that unity through conquest, and reclaim that which is rightfully mine.
I would sooner see you slain by my hand!
I was wondering if we were going to get like a real intense battle, or even a cinematic, but no, we get cut to this, and that's fine.
My queen, the royal lineage shall endure. 'Tis but a great shame I couldn't aid you further.
according to plan, my lord.
When are we going to get a time skip? That's when we take over as the boy.
And yet our work only just begins. We stand now at a new dawn for Fevrith, one which will see Zenoira's dominion restored at last. Curious, though, that we've no trace of the old knight's
I wonder if
captain.
this has got like HDR with that lightning.
About that, my
A
lord.
PS5 version of this might be quite cool actually.
It was spotted riding through the eastern gate before it was barred. And the boy is lost to us. A truth obscured only by his mother's futile attempt at a counter-offensive. It would seem I underestimated her penchant for deception.
That's not bad setting the scene for a story, is it?
Year 895 of the Hallowed Chronicle. Claiming himself a scion of the fallen Sonoran Empire, Cornea's once decorated General Valmor rebelled against his erstwhile home at the seat of its monarchy, Gran Corinne. Its queen, Elenia, bold in the face of this staggering betrayal, stood unshrinking as the shield to her son Elaine's safe flight, and mustering what meager forces remained by her side, she rallied a defense as valorous as it was damned. With Cornea's queen lost, care of the young prince fell to her faithful knight, Joseph, who took wing beyond Valmor's wretched grasp to asylum on the Forned Isle of Palavia in the Holy Kingdom of Albion.
I use the Albion in a lot of my
And
playthroughs.
boastfully proclaiming himself Fevrith's new emperor, Valmor donned a second name,
How it is like France, isn't it?
Galerius, and began a relentless onslaught the continent's nations could only but struggle
With
against.
Spain below, Germany on the right, Portugal next to Spain, and Albion on the left side there.
Yet each realm's endeavors fell in vain.
Albion used to
time
be the
and
old name
again,
for England, so
and ere long Zenoira's vile dominion was realized. His blood-soaked unification come to bear. Few dared stand against the ironclad fist of Emperor Galerius. Embers of resistance burned on, yet the downtrodden could cling only to furtive hopes of liberation. Desperate prayers which fell upon deaf ears night after unceasing night.
kind of surprised he didn't get more
10
epic
years have
uniform.
passed since the Shroud of War first set over Cornea.
So there was a time skip.
I wonder if those two are at it again. Well, that takes care of the altar. I suppose I should be getting back.
Another sort of introduction cinematic.
Sorry, Elaine, but this round's mine.
Ah, you always were the optimist.
Damn it! You got a good hit in, I'll give you that. There's just no stopping you these days.
Yet you've grown no less than I have. Still, we could likely train for the rest of our lives, and even then, never manage to best Joseph.
Weird to think he's back on the mainland now. Finally making that Liberation Army thing a reality, huh? Guess that means we'll be going up against Zenoira soon.
Indeed it does. The people of Cornea are suffering, Lex. Crying out for whatever help will hear their pleas. Should I turn a deaf ear to those voices, I would have little and less claim to the crown I feel is mine. That, and I owe it to my mother to see them safe.
Well, yeah, but Zenoira's got the whole world in the palm of their hand. How are we gonna fight back against that?
The Earth may be theirs, but the heavens will surely favor those who stand for justice.
You got a point there. Sorry for not sounding all too confident. Just make sure you don't take it all on yourself. I'll be with you every step of the way.
Thank you, Lex. You know I can't do this without you.
Oh, stop. You're gonna make me blush. Anyway, that's enough training for today. We're gonna miss lunch if we don't get moving.
I suppose it is that time.
You see something out there?
It's a ship.
Looks like they're flying Zenoira colors, too.
This island is no longer safe. We have to tell the others.
With you there. You head for the cathedral. I'll make sure the town knows what's coming.
Interesting, because the big world map was like entirely the enemy. So where are they? What island have they found that was safe?
Not a soul gets off this island under our watch. All soldiers have alighted, sir.
Dispatch the vanguard to the cathedral. And remember, we're to apprehend the target alive.
They're still looking for us then, I imagine.
Sir.
It's been 10 years, maybe there's been rumors or legends, or they've spotted us.
O Heavenly Father, ruler of land and sky above, we pray this day for deliverance from evil. Grant us the meager sustenance to nourish our fragile bodies in the times to come. Guide our lost souls on the path to salvation. Shine down your radiant light upon us, for darkness looms thick through all corners of Fevrith. Such is my request as your humble servant. In the name of the guardian unicorn, and that of the Holy Mother.
Yeah, Guardian Unicorn's a little
Is that
weird.
you, Elaine? How many times must I ask you not to stomp around in the cathedral? What is the meaning of this?
Well, look what we've got here. Seems we're the first to show. Rough her up if you want, but don't forget. The girl dies.
Oh, maybe they're after her.
Our heads will roll too.
I guess I wrongly assumed that we were the target.
Such depravity will not go unpunished. Not in the house of the Heavenly Father.
There's a big cathedral for a small
Then
island.
you best get to praying. She's fast.
Not as fast as us.
What the?
Scarlet, are you hurt?
Only a little shaken, that's all. What's happening to us, Elaine?
A ship has come ashore on Palavian soil. One hoisting the banner of the Zenoiran army.
And are they aware that you're the Crown Prince?
I can't say for certain, but we know one thing. These people are our enemy, and they must be stopped.
Yes. My cathedral will see no more bloodshed this day. Come, let's move outside.
Your Highness, it's a relief to see you unharmed.
Hold on. Where's Lex?
He went ahead to alert the town. We best find him and get to the harbor.
Indeed. But first, my prince, this belongs to you.
The ring?
A ring.
The Ring of the Unicorn. Queen Elenia wished for you to have it. In truth, I had intended to wait till signs of age played more deeply across your face. But we no longer have such luxury. I have the utmost faith you'll see it secured.
A keepsake from my mother. Thank you for this, Joseph. Truly.
Make no further mention of it. Now, let us be off.
I wonder if this means that we're going to lose Joseph. Real time. Okay, so I think this map isn't exactly real time, but when we go to the battle, then it is a real time event. It's a cool little safe thing, isn't it? That's just two of us. Okay, so we're gonna go as far as this circle.
They will be ours.
Alright then,
The path is set.
see what this tutorial is going to be like. See, we should have had this earlier than just now. Because we already selected battle.
Your villainy ends here.
Oh no, here it is again. I mean, what else can I do? There's only two of us, so let's just do battle. Okay. It's a good skill to have. So they also consume stuff. I guess that stops us doing it repeatedly over and over again.
Easy now.
Yeah, we didn't use our shield then.
A fine job.
So it is automatic. I imagine that's what the organizer is all about.
The time is at hand. To me. Come then.
Alright, let's finish this.
Good. Victory grows ever closer. We march. The path is set.
Doesn't seem to be a limit to how many times we can move. It's a little bit complicated, a little bit more in depth and involved than I imagined it was going to be. It's team building, city building, some degrees. And because it's automated, You're going to have to keep everything organized and planned out. There's a lot of strategy involved in this.
Ready. Yes, sir. I'm here.
See if we're really trying to take on all four. It says in top middle what it wants us to do, so I guess so.
I'm up. On it. I'm ready to hit something. Sorry.
Wow. We are taking a lot of damage.
Damn it.
So we used up all our action points, so we had no more attacks. Nothing we could do. Might have, yeah. Felt inevitable.
Service of the royal family.
See that it moved us into the path outside our initial circle.
By your word.
So R1.
This isn't gonna...
Gaze upon the face of your...
It's not looking great.
So it looks like damage will be all red, all gone.
I shall hold nothing back.
We're gonna take no damage. Well, that was an easy win.
I've not chosen my grave yet.
Guess Lex, you've been a pain in the so far. It's nice that we get an animation in this little conversation sequence here. Her mouth's moving, character's moving a little bit. So it looks like no one's dead in our team, they're just incapacitated.
I've got to make this work.
Ta-da! Some of the text is a little small for... I mean, this text is probably fine, but some of the menu stuff looks a little small. Possibly it will be the same size or even smaller on PlayStation 5, so I'm a little concerned about that. Like, they haven't really scaled the text to resolution. This is a 1080p PS4 game, so it being a little bit more chunky would have been fine. A shame we can't see that big ship in the harbour. But we've got two other ships just sailing around. birds flying, the animation doesn't look quite right. Like it's almost stuttering a little bit. Perhaps it's half the frame rate or quarter of the frame rate of everything else. So we've got a time limit one here. Huh. Probably a mouse and keyboard game. Perhaps, I imagine this might be on PC as well. Whoops. So let's pause the game. I was expecting like a big visible square box to appear, but nothing did.
To me.
Gaze upon the face of your demise.
Sure. He got there first because he's on horse.
I have you.
And his passive stuff is taking control, so you should be able to deal with them before he runs out of action points, and he does.
Fight in me yet. For the liberation.
Sure thing.
Who gets to us first?
Yes, sir.
Your villainy ends here.
Come.
Now, it looks like we can do more here with him. I was worried that he might be like tired or something, or that his action points or passive points haven't regenerated. He seems fine at the moment.
A trivial undertaking.
You got it.
Let's go.
I shall hold nothing back.
You face me.
This one's mine.
Oof.
Come then.
Gaze
It'd be
upon
easy.
the face of your
Just to want to
demise.
use him.
You face me.
I kind of want to save Joseph for the what's bound to be the big boss at the end.
Let me. Light.
We march on.
So we have no more action points.
Ready. Yes, sir.
Go.
Your villainy ends here.
Come.
Come.
Gaze upon the face.
You face me.
Sure, let's finish. Oh, the background's changed. Kind of nice. Also, there are different levels of 3D-ness, parallax to this background. Lots of layers to it. It really does feel like a lot of work's gone into this. From just this demo alone, we're seeing a lot of attention to detail here.
Onward.
Come.
Sure, go for it. Shame you can't combine all the troops into one
This
massive
struggle
team.
will only prolong the pain. Accept the mercy of a swift demise.
I fail to understand, Hodrick. What has motivated this shift in allegiance?
Joseph, Cornea's most decorated knight. I shall close the book on your tale myself. Not today!
Stand true!
Got rid of one of them.
The battle is won!
We need magic. Oh, there we go. To R2.
Your villainy ends here. Why are you doing this? You, who once stood as my mother's royal guard.
Enough of your questions, Whelp. Interfere, and I shall see you suffer for it.
Light!
Oh, there we go. Does work, yeah.
We march on.
So, keep going.
Gaze upon the face of your demise.
You face me.
Come.
Come then.
Okay, I'm used to legs. That'll do.
Good.
It's a shame it's just them that gets the experience points. We don't get experience points for other people.
I can't fail my sacred mission.
A fine bout.
Oh, that's epic. I'm just fancy, but there's a over-the-topness that's really cool about it.
What foolishness is this? One such as I, brought low by the cornea vermin that gnawed our ankles.
You've fallen far indeed, Hodrick. How many times did you stare death in the face at Her Majesty's side? Now, look what you've become. I may stand as your swordmaster no longer, but I can yet...
What if there's like magic
merciful
behind this
end
sort
to your
of
descent.
switch of sides?
Wait.
Your Highness.
Tell me, Hodrick. Do you remember the times you and I played together? When I was still just a boy? Yours was a bond of loyalty few knights could hope to equal. Why cast that aside and bend the knee to Galerius? I refuse to cut down a friend without first knowing how we've reached this grim conclusion. A simple reason is all I ask. Please.
Elaine!
The ring! What sorcery is this?
My
There
head.
was some magic that caused all this.
What am I doing here?
That's how we're going to build an army, isn't it? We're going to take back the mines, so to speak.
A spell to shackle the hearts of men.
'Tis the only way I can think to describe it, my prince. That ill-fated day, all the lords closest to your mother turned upon her without so much as a moment's notice. Unfortunately, my memories end there as well.
A frightful power, if what you say is true. This spell of control, it could be called. Such magic would go far in explaining how Galerius so swiftly brought Fevrith to its knees.
I shudder to think what unspeakable evil I wrought upon our world these last 10 years. Though there is no greater misdeed than turning my spear upon you, Prince Elaine.
That's enough. You mustn't blame yourself any further. But I do wonder, how is this ring capable of unmaking the spell?
In truth, I had believed it to be mere regalia, a symbol of your birthright and nothing more. To think the power of cleansing truly exists. Your Highness, that is the ring of the Unicorn, ancestral treasure of Cornea's royal lineage. Legend speaks of your ancestors wielding it to purify evil, but I had believed such tales to be mere fiction.
The Orthodoxy has a similar story about the Holy Unicorn. How it was a sacred beast able to purge darkness from our lands. It's entirely possible that the ring that bears its image is somehow capable of that same power.
Should Galerius's rule be built upon a foul sorcery that fetters our people, then this ring is the ray of light that will pierce its wicked heart.
Your words ring true, my prince.
Indeed. Were we able to free those bound by his cruel magics?
It might just bring the Iron Wall of Zenoira crashing down.
All told, I've often found myself plagued with doubt. Is it justice that guides our march, or paltry vendetta? Yet the answer is clear as day now. The path before us is laid bare, and all that remains now is to walk it. Walk it I will, Mother. Today marks our first foray into the mists of despair which hang heavy over our home. Mists that will soon be dispelled. It may take days, months, or even years, but I shall see the duties of my bloodline fulfilled, and slay Galerius like the beast he is.
Okay, you know, I've got no problems with that. It makes for an interesting story and definitely an interesting introduction. Remember, this is just the demo, but I'm already hooked into the backstory.
And how does Hodrick
10 years ago, I'm hooked into this now, and I do want to see where it goes. So they've really worked smart to let us play the beginning of the game instead of, I think Sea of Stars, they cut out quite a lot of the story. They wanted to keep it for the game itself, whereas here, they've not really had such concerns. They're using the story as like a means to get us to want to buy the real game.
You have my thanks.
A word, Elaine?
Is something wrong?
Well... No, it's nothing.
Are you sure? Anxiety will be the death of you if you keep it bottled up
What do you
like
think?
that.
Romantic interest?
It really isn't important, I assure you. It's just... our lives have changed so drastically from the peace we had only yesterday. It barely seems real.
I can't say I feel any different. But I've always known this day would come. It's why I've spent all these years training under Joseph's careful instruction. A shame you never had the chance to meet my mother. She was always one to blaze a path forward, royal blade in arm. But as her heir, I intend to lead in much the same way.
Is that why you and Lex spent all your days banging swords down at the shore?
You've seen that, have you? You know, Hodrick was likely but one of many. And assuming the others who surrendered to Zenoira are being controlled as he was, we may just stand a chance in this. Yet our liberation is still in its nascent days. Promising, yes, but gravely fragile as well. Which is precisely why I'll need your help, Scarlet. To reclaim peace for all who have suffered.
Elaine, Of course. I'll do everything I can. As is my role as a priestess of the Palavian Church.
Hey, don't forget about me.
Lex.
Chloe looks like the most out of Final Fantasy Tactics out of all of
sorry,
these.
my prince. Decorum doesn't come naturally to this fool.
It's all right. When you've
You
known
know, there's
each
a
other
light
as long
on
as
her
we
dress.
have,
It's got.
there's no reason to let
It's moving with her. It's kind of.
But there
There's
are
a good
protocols to
attention to
observe,
detail.
rules we must follow as vassals in service of the crown. Still, I'm of the same mind. What mind he has, that is. I'll give my all in the royal name, Your Majesty.
Thank you all. I couldn't ask for a finer group of friends.
Save, of course, yeah. Okay, so there is an autosave. But this game hasn't told us if this save is going to carry over to the real thing. You have to imagine because it's the start of the game that it would carry over. But I would like the game to explicitly say that. Okay. At the bottom in the middle, tells you about it. So all these three to choose from. And to be honest, I'm kind of thinking about ending the video here, but I'm going to select story.
Elaine, why have you stopped?
We're surrounded.
Not the welcome party I was hoping for.
Get your vile claws off of me! Let her go!
Chloe!
I should have known you'd be behind this treachery, Renault.
What is the meaning of this?
Apologies for the icy reception, but we've business with the girl.
Interesting. So she is
What business could you have
important.
with Scarlet? Unhand her this instant.
No, I don't think that will be happening. I act under
Perhaps something
orders
to do with
from
her
Emperor Galerius
links to the
himself.
church.
As for what he plans to do with her, that's not for one
She does
of
have
my
magic.
station to know.
Perhaps he wants it. Or wants to use
Yet I
it
shall
against
see it
us.
done all the same.
No!
Lex didn't defend. He just stood there. There are a lot of enemies here. So what are you going to do? Retreat? Yep. Smart retreat.
I'm ashamed to hear you met such misfortune before I arrived.
Your Highness, this man is Clive, the knight we spoke of earlier.
A pleasure.
Still, it rankles the mind. I never would have dreamt that Galerius was after Scarlet, and not you, my prince.
Who was that knight who took her?
His name is Renault, formerly a proud servant of Queen Elenia, not unlike myself. And just as I fell victim to Galerius and his foul magic, it would seem he has met with a similar fate.
All the same, why Scarlet?
Perhaps her role as a priestess has something to do with it.
That's what I was thinking.
Lately I've heard tell of Zenoira's desire to spread its roots into the Orthodoxy, making one with direct ties a prime target.
In any case, the risk to her safety is clear should she fall into Galerius's hands. And sitting idly by only serves to stoke my worry further. Let us be off at once.
Wouldn't do that if I was you. No chance you're helping the girl if you don't even know where you're going.
And you are?
Don't worry, he's a friend. A collaborator of mine by the name of Travis.
Fancy way to refer to a spy. You need intel, dirt, or just the latest weather, I'm your man.
And what of Renault?
I wonder if there's going to be a gameplay mechanic
Road
with the
east,
spy.
faster than a clap of thunder. I can only assume he's going for the city. But the real problem is his army of mercenaries. We went after Renault. We've got to go through them.
Your Highness, we all share your sense of urgency, but we've no hope of aiding Scarlet without first routing the enemy before us.
Right. We depart as soon as we're able.
But is that where they're being kept? was that? That's like a second objective for us. Interesting. So we do have another thing to worry about. We lose if they get the castle, and on the left we have enemies. We've got to defeat him. Stage start. So I'm actually going to use that as a point to end the video. I imagine this is going to go on for a little while longer. So that's just options I hit. We get this. We've got a nice looking menus thing here. So I'm going to save just in case it is carried over. Like there's nothing mentioned here that this save will carry over, and without knowing how long the demo is, I don't know when I would find out if it said at the end of the demo. We do have a few characters, so what can we do with ourselves? Optimize. So if we have items and stuff, I imagine it will auto-equip it. Rapport. Okay. So there's a social element to the game as well. I wonder how that will affect things. The demo hasn't gone into this, so perhaps it's not really happening much at the moment. Well, that will do. Let me know in the comments if you got the game. It'd be interesting to know if, well, we've got all these systems that we're being teased at the moment, and systems that we've just found out here. Let me know in the comments how it all works together, if it is cohesive, if it works, or if it's a bit unbalanced maybe. Like, and of course, if you went for one of the more difficulty, if you went for a high difficulty mode, how much more difficult do you think it is? Does it feel difficult? Are you losing and winning a lot? For me, I'm going for the story mode, and that's what I would probably do in the real game. I kind of want to hear the story, because that's what's grabbed my attention from this demo at the moment. The demo, the battles are kind of happening without our intervention. We're not manually controlling anything. We're not being given instructions on how to tell them what to do. So, for me, if that's happening automatically, then I want to focus on the story. That feels like what the game is perhaps built around. I don't know. It's a good demo in that they decided to show us the beginning, the story, the backstory. We've got all these characters we've been introduced to the battle system. So in a way that's good. But there's no information that's important, like are our saves carried over. It's not even clear how long this demo is. Maybe on the PSN store page there will be more information. But I'm not there, I'm here in the game. And the game acknowledges that it's a demo. And that's it. There wasn't even like a black screen with some text on it saying, enjoy the demo, enjoy the first 4 hours, enjoy the first 2 battles, or anything like that. So it feels like they haven't gone quite all the way. I imagine the opening cinematic we had before I even started talking probably is going to be in the real game. If it's not, then I would say that's probably actually a good trailer for the game. It's very, very cool to sit and watch. So yeah, Unicorn Overlord. I'd recommend the demo, definitely recommend the demo. But it looks fantastic. The game, the music's even more epic than the graphics. And the gameplay, really simple, but I imagine there's so much depth to it. So yeah, definitely would recommend demo, but this is so good, I perhaps even just recommend getting the game if you want. If this has even got you a little bit interested, just set it to story mode and just sit back and play. So until the next Demo Play Thursday video, or until I see you checking out some of the other videos, playlists or YouTube shorts, or maybe I'll see you over at Ko-fi. As a small YouTube channel, we get no money from YouTube, but with Ko-fi we have 3 subscription tiers you could be interested in. But of course we can also take PayPal donations, and all that will go towards like hard drives, controllers, games, even next gen systems. But wherever or whenever I see you again, please take care.